Let's be real, let's be real, let's be real.
What's up, y'all? It's Bree,
And I'm Sherry.
and this is
Let's Be Real.
So today's topic is lesbian women raising a son.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
First things first.
we both lesbian women,
Absolutely.
and we both have sons.
We do.
So
Is it possible? Hell yeah.
definitely possible.
Definitely possible.
Like in my family, a lot of the women, I mean, they weren't lesbian women, but they were
single mothers.
and, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So just to make it a little more relatable, you know, our topic is lesbians raising sons. Is it possible? Yes, because I am a lesbian woman who was raised by a woman, but I did not have my father. Okay. That taught me how to give the love that's needed, building a strong foundation. So I definitely think that it is possible. I mean,
agree.
you know.
I agree for sure. It is very possible. I see a lot of successful young men come from lesbian relationships, Jordan included. So I definitely think that it's possible. It was kind of hard in the beginning. You have people telling you that, you know, it can't be done. And you start to believe it. But then, you know, there are things that I feel like maybe as a woman, a man can show another young man. But I still think that two women can successfully do it. I mean, we both have proof of that.
Yes. I mean, it can be done. I feel like a man, like a son, should have a man figure in his life, because in all retrospect, you can't teach him how to be a man. You can give him what he needs, but in terms of teaching him how to be a man, you know, like, for instance, I have my son, you know, and his mom and I mean, he also had a father, you know. We wanted his father to be in his life more just because of the fact of teaching him how to be a man. Like, I don't have a real penis, you know what I mean? Showing him how to properly grip it and hold it around the toilet. Like, I had to teach him how to shoot in the toilet by, okay, aim for the Cheerios, aim for the Fruit Loops. And he learned that, you know, he learned how to do that. I can also teach you
without his father.
Without his father.
You showed him that.
I showed him that.
And that's something that a man can show a little boy. But you did that.
I did.
Okay.
But, you know, I didn't know how to show him how to hold it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, okay, you just shoot down. You know, you hold it down. But his pee is shooting up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this gonna be a lot. You know what I mean? I feel like it would have been a little bit easier if his father was able to show him how to do that. You know what I mean? We were teaching him how to be potty trained, you know, and I just feel like it would have been easier. Yes, it was able to be done, but it would have been easier because I don't know how to tell you to grip your penis. You know what I'm saying? To actually have it go into the bowl. You know, if it's shooting up, what you do? What's
when
the
you
angle?
wake up in the morning and it's already up and you got to go.
Exactly. Like having that talk with him. Like I can have the talk, but I don't wake up like that. You know, like I wake up excited, but it's not showing the world. You know what I'm saying? What do? You know what I mean? Teach him about himself. You know, as you're growing, you're learning these things about yourself. You have these questions as a boy.
I think that I agree to a certain extent. I feel like it also depends on like the father and like what type of role model they are going to be. My son did not have the best role model growing up as a father. A lot of things me and my ex had to trials and tribulations. We had to go through a lot of different things, and we couldn't tell him how to feel. But it's like, I agree with you in the sense of having your father around you. Now you did say male figures, but I'm gonna say having your father around you the benefits of that is lineage. You learn about your family. You learn about his family. You learn about him. You get to see, what he does, how he does things. Like the son being around the father for that purpose is, I don't want to say needed, but it is good to have. But if you don't have that, and if the father is not that type of person, then I feel like you better off just trying to wing it on your own and just figure it out and do it and get the influence of other positive men. Like in my life, I had my mom's boyfriend. I had my Jordan. He had a mentor. It was like we put other men in his life, but those aren't the men that they show him the things, but it's not like a father.
Right.
So it's like it worked for a while, but it wasn't the same.
And that's what it goes down to. It's definitely possible for, lesbians to raise a boy or son, because what they're given is not always the best. And you learn how to adapt, because as humans, that's what we do. That's why I would always get offended when, certain church folk, oh, he need a man in his life. Okay. For what exactly? You know what I mean?
Right.
Because a man may not always have the best intentions on, raising a child. Oh, this is my little mini me.
Exactly.
I don't want them to be your little mini me. I want them to be better than you, and that's one thing that I'm going to make sure of, that he gets well-rounded in every aspect, like things that I don't know. I'm going to tell you, I don't know it, and we can figure it out together. You know what I mean? I like like I play sports. I love playing sports. I would get him into sports. You know what I'm saying? And there he will have certain, figures, male figures that, he can feel comfortable asking those certain questions that he may not be comfortable asking me as a woman.
Correct. Yep. I agree. That's a lot of what we did with him. I put him into baseball. He was playing at tiny tots, like he was little. Started with baseball, went to football, and that is exactly what happened. The coaches, the fathers that were at the games, they all took the kids under their wings and showed them this and showed them that, and that's where they hung out together. Like he would go over his friends' houses that played on the team, and that it was just an indirect way of him having that experience without it being from his father, because he was not there. And so when things would happen, that's when we have to step in and, get him together and teach him right from wrong and do all those things. And I feel like that was the best thing ever, to have him raised by two women and have the male figures on the outside to me, because I feel like it's always going to come back to home. Like it's always going to be us, because the other people that are, my mom's boyfriend and the church, and this and that, they're all going to go back to their lives, and you're still going to be home with your mothers, And so we always consulted. It was always, when we were together, we had a good time. Jordan did this, did that. Okay, now we can reinforce, like, if anything was happening, we can reinforce. Don't do this, whatever. But it's like it's a well-rounded relationship, and I think that it helped him become more in touch with his self, because it wasn't someone masculine or a male trying to like force him to, oh, you a boy, don't be crying because you done bent your toe, or don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
It's okay
like
to cry.
That's okay. When you have pain inflicted on you, it hurts. It's human nature to cry. It wasn't like, oh, man up, toughen up. Okay, I understand something.
Walk it off.
Yeah, but really, it's okay.
Yeah.
So I just think that a male figure is good to have, but definitely not necessary all the time.
Understood. And I used to dislike the phrase of, oh, well, with being around two lesbian women, he's going to come out gay.
He's going to be gay. Oh, my God.
What?
Yes.
I think that is the complete opposite. If anything, he might be a ladies' man. Because he's seeing how women should be treated.
Absolutely.
What they're liking, the attention, you know what I mean? Like the conversations, he's seeing that emotional side of two women. So, you know what I mean? Like, why would you even put that on him? Like, whatever that my son decides to do, I'm going to support it. And yes, it may have something to do with me, but it doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to be gay because I'm gay.
Exactly. I used to hear that all the time.
That's
From
frustrating.
a family member who shall remain nameless, but she's he's gonna grow up and be gay because you. I'm like, what? No, that is the
Old
furthest
school
thing from the
teaching.
truth.
That's old school
Yes.
teaching. You know, in the Bible, you know, this shouldn't be like that. And love is love. You know, yeah, that's a whole nother topic.
Absolutely.
But you know, like I just never agreed with that. You
Right.
know, because like, why would you think that? If anything, like I said, they're going to learn so much from the lesbian world and being open with your son, letting them know like, oh, we're both women, you know,
Yep.
who love each other. That's what it is. Like, doesn't mean that I'm forcing this lifestyle on you. And I'd be wondering, like, okay, is that what you're thinking? That they're just going to see us doing all this nasty stuff and be
exactly.
intrigued and wanting to do it with a man? Like, I don't understand this.
Right. I think that's what people see. I think people see lesbians doing things like they don't see the fact that we sit down and have dinner together every night. We sit and we have conversations about sex. When you get old enough, we talk about how was your day at school? How was your day at like they don't see that. It's just like the lesbian thing is so cliche to people of the old school. It's like they just people see lesbians and think that we just do nasty stuff all day, every day. Like we don't have any type of civilized beings. Like we're not like what we do. Relax. We watch TV.
Like our behavior is
Go
normal.
Ravens.
You know what I mean? Like we're actually humans. You know what I mean? Just because we're lesbians and we choose to love each other and raise a son does not mean that we're pushing our lifestyle on them.
Right.
You know? So it's possible to raise a son and be a lesbian.
And we approve of that.
Yes. And proud of it. You
Absolutely.
know? Like Jordan's grown to be a beautiful man. You know?
And is very thankful to have two women have raised him. I mean, I can't even count the times that once he got older and really, as they're young, they still don't get it. But when they get older and they start to understand and grasp the concept of like, you did things for me that my father didn't even do. And you are, and this is to both of us, me and my ex at the time, like y'all took care of me and raised me better than he ever would have.
And my son's 11 and he is thankful to have me and his mother, and he knows who his father is. He knows that we're two women. You know what I mean? He knows how babies are brought into this world. You know what I mean? So it's not anything new. It's just more open. It's being more of I'm not about to change who I am. I'm not about to hide who I am.
Right.
This is me.
Right.
And I mean, even back in the day, it just wasn't spoken of. You know what I mean? It was people in the closet still raising kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I know for a fact that my son's father was very against him living in a household with two lesbians. And I could not tell you how many times I told him, I don't give a fuck what you think. Like, this is where he's being raised. This is where he's being taken care of. You're doing nothing. So I know that he used to badmouth us when we were there and all that. Oh, my son ain't going to be taken care of by two dykes. Okay, well, guess what? We did take care of him. We raised him to be a phenomenal young man. And now you are seeing the growth that, and that's probably why, a lot of guys get upset because another woman took care of your child better than you could.
And you could have been doing it. Like, you could have been doing it. It doesn't stop. Like, that's still your child. You know what I'm saying? If you wanted to do it, you could have been doing it.
But they get hung up on the wrong stuff.
The ego.
Yeah.
Like, bruh. Like, you made this person. But I'm thankful to have him. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, I'm not gonna miss my blessing, because I didn't fell in love with your mom. I'm taking the whole package. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna, just like how I would want to raise my daughter, I'm gonna raise my son. You know what I mean? With the same values and the same, foundation.
Exactly.
So it can be done. Period.
Period. So if anybody think it could not be, which I'm pretty sure, I mean, I wonder if there are people still out there that think that.
Oh yeah, definitely. I know a few on the top of my head
Hmm.
that I've had to cut off because of it. Because you're not about to sit up here and treat my child differently. You're not about to treat me or disrespect me because you feel like there should be a man in the picture.
Hmm.
Like I understand, but don't sit up here and put your hate on me and my child.
Right.
And then I wouldn't know what you're telling them
Right.
when I'm away.
Exactly. Yep.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So thanks, but no thanks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, until you can realize that this is possible, I'm just gonna have to keep you at a distance.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because if it goes against what my values are, you know what I mean, and the foundation that I've built, I don't need you.
Absolutely. Well, there you have it.
Yes.
Short and sweet, right?
Yes.
I mean, I just feel like that was a topic that's like really needed to be had simply because, like you said, there are people out there that still feel that way. And I feel sorry for them because in this day and age, I mean, lesbians are taking over. Gay men, like the whole, I mean, we done went from LGBT to Q to QIA. Now we're LGBTQIA plus. Like, I mean, we've expanded so much.
Yes.
And we are amazing. Like, we're never
just open your mind.
going anywhere.
Don't be closed minded. Like everything has to evolve. You know, like you don't want to be stuck in the same space. Oh, okay, we're getting there. You don't want to be stuck in the same space. You know, you want to evolve and open your mind to different possibilities. You know, everything is not supposed to be
so traditional, so black and white.
Yes. Add some color in there.
Absolutely.
It's a beautiful thing. Well, thank you so much for listening to
Let's be real.
Let's be